Welcome back to Movies Recaps Now channel. Today we will make a summary or recap of Replicas movie. I hope you enjoy watching. Okay, let's start the story. The film begins with our main character, William, a scientist at a corporation. All the scientists there are informed that a military officer's body has been brought in. They all gather in the lab where the officer's body is kept for an experiment. William plans to transfer all the information from the officer's brain, including his thoughts, emotions, memories, and more, into a robot. His goal is to create a robot with a mechanical body but human-like emotions. With the help of a close friend, he transfers everything from the officer's brain into a robot. They power up the robot with electricity, and after a while it starts to walk. It has all the officer's memories, so it knows all his details. This success brings them great joy. However, when the robot realizes it has a mechanical body, it becomes upset and anxious. It dislikes its robotic body and destroys it, causing the experiment to fail. William's boss warns him that if the experiment doesn't succeed in the next few weeks, the company will be shut down, and everyone will lose their jobs. William returns home to his wife and 3 children, who are about to leave for a city holiday. During their journey, it becomes night, and heavy rain starts. The road ahead is severely damaged, and visibility is poor. A truck appears suddenly, and they narrowly avoid a collision. In a nearby tree, fall on their car. A spark from the tree breaks a mirror, and hits William's wife, killing her instantly. The car loses control, and plunges into a pond, killing all 3 children. William is left alone, mourning his family. He eventually composes himself and calls his friend, asking him to bring all the equipment needed to copy every part of a body. His friend arrives, and is shocked and saddened to see the state of William's family. William asks his friend to extract all the data and details about his family. His friend agrees, but asks what William plans to do with it. William doesn't respond. They return to their company's lab, where William reveals his plan to clone his family. He wants to create duplicates that look exactly like them, and transfer all their information to these new bodies. His friend objects, as cloning is illegal, but William insists. As they are close friends, his friend reluctantly agrees to help. They begin the cloning process. So far they haven't succeeded in any experiment where details and memories from one brain can be transferred into a clone, but William is confident because he has successfully transferred an animal's memories to another in previous experiments. He believes it's possible to do the same with humans. It takes 17 days to complete one clone. To avoid detection by the company, they move all the necessary equipment to William's home. They encounter a problem when they realize they only have 3 cloning machines, but William needs 4. This means one family member won't be cloned. William draws a lot, and his youngest daughter, whom he loves the most, is the one who won't be cloned. This upsets him greatly. Despite this, he begins to create clones of his wife and his 2 other children. His friend has a detailed plan for making the clones, which will take 17 days. The clones will be the same age as when they died. His friend warns him that if the power goes out even once during cloning, the entire experiment will fail. William brings car batteries from the neighborhood, and they start their work using this power. However, his friend is still skeptical about how William's plan is going to work, so he asks him how he is planning to proceed with the clone's memory of the accident, the memories that include the tragic death of the little daughter. After much thought, William decides to erase all memories of the accident and their young daughter from the clone's minds. Several days go by, and William doesn't show up at the office because he's determined to finish his work at any cost. When William's friend goes to the office, the boss asks about William's whereabouts, emphasizing that his work is crucial. If William doesn't complete his work and the experiment fails, the company could close down. At home, William faces many challenges. His children's school teacher visits, and he receives calls asking why his wife, a doctor, isn't coming to work. He sends a text from their phone to their friends, saying they're on a long trip. Meanwhile, William is also working on his previous experiment to figure out why the army officer's robot failed. The company's atmosphere is gloomy because William is absent, and no one is working on the project. This could lead to the company's permanent closure. Finally, after 17 days, William's friend arrives to remove the clones from the machine box. William isn't ready yet, so he tells his friend he is still thinking about whether they'll be in the state he wants them to be in after they regain their senses. The friend advises him to remove the clones immediately and not waste time, thinking that if they stay in longer, the clones will be damaged. After removing all the clones from the machine box and ejecting them, they remain unconscious for 3 days. While William's wife is unconscious, he holds her hand. He notices that her brain has started working. However, it stops functioning. when he removes his hand, he realizes that every part of the human brain is connected to all parts of the body. Therefore, it's important to maintain balance between the brain and other parts. This means that the brain and the rest of the body should have the same perspective. The army officer's experiment failed when he woke up. His brain expected his body to be human, but when his brain saw the iron body, it panicked and lost control, causing him to destroy his body. But if the brain is tricked and told that the body is made of iron, it won't feel anxious and will accept its body. So, when he held his wife's hand, her brain and mind coordinated. The brain started working properly. After 3 days of unconsciousness, he checks after mapping their brains. Then, he erases the memories of the incident with his youngest daughter from their minds. After they regain their senses, they look and act exactly as they did before with William. They don't remember anything about their youngest daughter. When William notices this, he is very happy. Finally, William has accomplished something that was thought to be impossible. Later, William goes to the office to complete the experiment on the army officer, but he can't use the army robotic brain this time, because his mind already knew it had a human body, so he needs a new brain. And after mapping his own brain, he starts to check. Surprisingly, he finds that he can control his mind. On the other hand, we see William's wife, who frequently becomes anxious because she often dreams about her daughter. She often asks William about her youngest daughter, but he always ignores this. Not only this, but William's older daughter has a nightmare. She dreams that they have a car accident in which their mom dies. As a result, she wakes up scared. William later comforts her and reassures her that there's no need to be afraid, as it was just a dream. Now William suspects that there might be trouble, so he makes her daughter faint and starts to check her mind map after connecting her to the machine to check if any memory of the accident remains in her mind. While he's doing this, his wife appears and is shocked to see this. She asks him what he is doing and what's happening there. Reluctantly, William has to tell her everything. A while ago, they had an accident in which the 3 of them died, and after making their clones, he installed all the memories in their brains. Hearing this, she becomes upset, starts to cry, and feels bad. She's saddened to learn that she's only a clone, not a human being. Later, she accepts this harsh truth after seeing her children. The next day, their boss comes to their home and tells him he knows everything, starting from the accident to the family clones he has made. And if anyone finds out that all his family members are cloned, it would be very alarming for the company. Later, he threatens him and tells him to hand him the device he used to make these clones. Otherwise, he'll be killing the clone version of his family. Hearing this, William tells him to wait, as he will bring him the device shortly. William devises a plan against his boss, causing him to lose consciousness. After an attack, he then destroys the device by burning it in the oven, and he escapes with his family. However, his boss has brought his associates, who start to pursue William and his family. They manage to get quite far, but the chase continues. William is puzzled by this, until he remembers that while cloning his wife and children, a silver piece was inserted into their bodies with a machine. This is why they are being pursued. The silver pieces are connected to their devices, and cannot be easily removed. Since his wife is a doctor, she asks William to come to her clinic. Once there, she uses electricity to burn the silver piece out of their children. Later, with William's help, she burns out her own silver piece, and they flee. They have a plan to escape on William's friend's boat. If they encounter any trouble, they reach the place where the boat is, but his boss's associates also arrive there. They capture everyone except William, who is at a distance. They take them to their company, and William arrives there after a while. William's friend is also there, and is being threatened by his boss. As a result, he tells his boss everything about William. William's boss demands the device from William again. When William refuses to give him the device, his boss shoots his friend. The innocent man dies for helping his friend, William. Seeing this, William becomes scared and gives his boss a new device he has made, but his boss has evil intentions for him. Once he gets the device, he intends to kill William's family. Meanwhile, the robot that William has made and can control arrives there. Upon arrival, it starts to attack and kill a man. All of his people start to shoot at the robot to stop it. The bullets have no effect on it. During this situation, William gets a chance and escapes. Later, he goes into the office and sees that the robot is about to kill his boss, but he stops the robot when he arrives. Later, his boss tells William he is indeed about to die, but his people will not stop chasing him. William offers him a deal so as to bring him back to life with cloning, but in return, the boss will have to let Will and his family go. The boss agrees and bids him farewell, saying that they will meet soon. He died after saying this. Later, William goes to make his clone, but his robot tells him he has done so much for him, brought him back from the dead, and given him a new life. He suggests William can go for now with his family, and he'll take care of the rest, and indeed, create a clone of the boss. Later, William leaves with his family, and believes the robot's word. After 17 days, his boss's clone is also ready. This clone and William's robot later work together. After creating many successful clones, they earn a lot of money. As a result, they have a thriving business. The film comes to a close as we see William's family enjoying themselves at the beach. And William appears to have also made a clone of his youngest daughter. The family is now more or less reunited and seems loving and happy.
For more, like, share, subscribe.